Hello guys, today I will be talking about ZF2 Layout or Fashion. That's why I put it here, the image, this fashion image. I just gonna show you how to create a ZF2 layout. Not that this is such a big deal, but we have to know that. I have to show how to create that. It's very simple. Okay, after showing you where we were on the mind map, I'm gonna create a layout, and as usual I'm gonna show you my ingredients. Of course I have to start my zoom it so I can point. Okay, again I'm gonna use GitHub, Codenvy, PHP Cloud. Hopefully PHP Cloud will work today, because all previous week I just couldn't get on the site. It's just not working, it's not accessible. But I hope that it's gonna get better. Probably in the early days of the electricity, the people also didn't expect to have electricity every day, but look at today, we just cannot live without electricity. So my ingredients, as I said, GitHub, where I keep my fork of the project, because I'm gonna play the role of the student. My Codenvy, which is my cloud IDE, web-based cloud IDE. I'm already logged in, and I'm showing the project. Oops, PHP Cloud. As you can see, it's not accessible. Let me try again. Just will go to PHP Cloud. If it's not accessible, I will use alternative. Maybe I will clone the project local on my USB drive, and I'm gonna show you the layout, how it looks after implementing it on my local drive. Nothing's gonna stop us. This actually will be good, because I'm gonna show you that if the cloud technologies don't work and we cannot fly in the clouds, we always can land, work there, refuel our airplane, and take off again. So let's leave the PHP Cloud to think about the life, and hopefully will load, and let's start working. So now, in order to create a layout for our application and dress our application differently, we have to go to our module. This is the first thing to do. And I'm working in a project in a module student FMI. So let me find my module, or maybe FMI student. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, FMI student. In the view, I have to create a folder which is called layout. In fact, what you have to do is just copy whatever you have in your application folder where the skeleton application is. So in our view, I'm gonna create a new folder which is called layout. Okay, can't parse item. Okay, again, as I said, the gods of the cloud are not very good today for us. Let me see, FMI student. Yeah, I definitely need a folder layout. I should be able to create it. Let me reload again. Here, even our cloud ID. All these technologies are unstable beta versions. Some of them are working, some of them are not working from one day to another. But this is the direction we should go. It gives us a lot of freedom. It gives us free speed probably in the future. So let's see how it goes now. Okay, while this is loading, not to waste our time, I'm gonna show you actually one website which I like. It's full with templates, free templates. It's called freecsstemplates.org. Here we go. And what I'm gonna use, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose one template. I like this one, but let me see how it looks. Nameless geometry. No. There are a lot more. So browse all 712. Let's see. Let me choose something else. Okay, this green looks nice. Serious face. Maybe not. Something with 3 columns, probably. Fox Mocha. Okay, so let's take this template. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this this template. Show in folder. I'm gonna cut and move it to my USB drive where I keep my templates. Gonna paste it here. I don't need this site anymore, but let's keep it as a reference just to make sure that we'll dress our application with these clothes, with this dress, nice dress. Okay, again, we have prepared the template. We have it on our drive. Let me see how it looks actually. Extract here. Okay, I'm gonna put everything in one folder. I don't want this mess. Style, license, images, blah blah. Okay, so this is the name of the template. I have how many? 5 images which I have to upload to my IDE. I have the index HTML and I have the style CSS. So those are the ingredients for our template, and this is how it looks. Let's go back to our Codenvy and our IDE and start working. So the first things first, we have to from the HTML we have to create the layout. Again, FMI student, this is my module. So view, and I'm gonna say new folder layout. Create, come on, create it. Okay, so the layout has been created. As I said, it's not such a big deal to create a layout, a template in Zen Framework 2, but I want to show how to do this in the cloud if it's possible. If not, as I said, I'm gonna do it locally just to show you the result if this doesn't work. If the PHP cloud, let me try again. Layout. So in order to turn this template into Zen Framework layout, I'm gonna take index HTML and put it here in the layout. I'm gonna rename it somehow. Probably I'm gonna use the Fox Mocha name for this template. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload the file, browse, go to my templates folder, index HTML, and I'm gonna upload this. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna rename because it could be called index HTML, of course, but I just wanna rename it with the name of the layout. I just want to be consistent and keep all the keywords and everything in my template with the same names, and it should be called PHTML. PHTML, and of course this file is PHP now, will be PHP soon. So let me open this and let me show you what I'm gonna change now. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm thinking about the name. Let me name it FMI student. Rename this just to be consistent. I want to use as a template, as the name of the template, the same name which I'm using for the module. So FMI student. Of course, as I said, it could be called Faux Mocha or whatever. It doesn't matter. In this project, which is big, and we're 34 people which are working at the same time on this project, I just want to be consistent and be more strict. Okay, so that's it for now. Next thing to do is actually we have to change right now the URLs, but before I do that, let me show you what I'm gonna do next. Next, I'm gonna go to public, and all the resources connected to this file, CSS, JavaScript, and images, I will put in a separate folder. That's why I want to call it, to be consistent and call it the same way, FMI student. By the way, the CSS, images, and all other resources, if there are any fonts, whatever images, could be kept in the module, but I'm not gonna show this solution right now. It requires a little bit more work, and I think this is more intuitive, which I'm showing right now. FMI student, and inside of this folder I'm gonna create a folder CSS, images, and JavaScript, because this is everything I need. I want to keep all my files separated and organized. FMI student. Okay, I'm creating the folders now. CSS for the resources, folder images, and JavaScript. Okay, and I'm gonna upload the resources. I want to be organized, so that's why I'm uploading my CSS file, style CSS. I'm gonna upload in the CSS folder, subfolder. Images, there is something which I have to attract your attention to. When we upload images, actually you have to choose a text blind as a meme type. I try it works this way because they don't have a suitable meme type. Obviously they don't welcome the images here in the IDE. In any case, the place of the images is not in the IDE probably, so that's why they don't have a they didn't add the special meme type for the images. File upload BG. Again, this is very important, just to choose the proper meme type. And as I said, we try with that and it works, so be now pick one. Again, maybe you will discover something else. Text blind, upload, file, upload, browse. Because uploading the images and keeping them in the repository makes the project extremely big. This project became 10 megabytes, which is quite big. But this was the only way to evaluate the work of the students when I showed them how to create the layout. Okay, so there are no more resources for this template. There is no JavaScript, so I don't have to upload that. Now, what I have to do is just change the links so they point in the right direction. So FMI student, this is my folder. Copy. Look, now there is something typical, also very important. PHP echo. I'm gonna use a view helper. I hope this is a view helper. At least I think it's a view helper. I will check that. Base path. This will allow us actually to FMI student. This will allow us to move our application freely from one host to another host with different domain names, but not only the different domain names, different subfolders, etc., and the application will work. Base path. Okay, let me copy this. Let me check again. Here in the mind map, base path. Yeah. In the mind map, you'll see that the first thing to do is get the links right. Okay, let's find the links to other resources, and also the CSS file also has to be checked. Now, if I cannot show the result in PHP Cloud, and I suspect I will not be able, I will push to GitHub, probably clone the repository locally on my USB drive and show you the result. Or another solution is just to deploy to AppFoc, but this is another lection. I want to show you how to deploy to application FOC. I don't want to distract you right now with that. So let's concentrate on this. Source, images, student, FMI student. Let's look at for more. Let's actually search. Source, find. Here we go. Paste. Find the next one. I don't see where the next one is. Probably there are no more. I will be surprised. Let me try to start over from the beginning again. Source, PHP, only one image. I almost cannot believe that. 2 images. And that's it. Okay, so far so good. And also href. Let me try href just for any case. I'm almost sure that we have replaced everything, but no, I don't see anything more for replacing. Oops. No. Okay. This was about the HTML file, which became PHTML, and it is in our layout called FMI student. In my module student. Okay, let's work a little bit on the style file, CSS style file. Let's check for images. Yeah, there are images, and as you can see now, the images are in a different folder. So as you know, in the CSS actually the file should be relative to the CSS file. So we have to go one level up and after that dive into the images folder. That's why I did that. Let me see again. So two things to do: correct the PHTML file and correct the CSS file if it's necessary. Some of the style sheets doesn't use images at all, so you don't have to do it. Okay, save it. Save this as well. And now the third thing is just to make our module and the entire application aware about this new layout which can be used. So in order to do that, you go to config module, you open it. Let me show you a trick. Actually, right now the Codenvy doesn't recognize this file as the meme type of the file, so that's why you can go rename and say application PHP, and after that, as you can see, the icon of the file changes. You can open and you have a color code now, successful color code. In order to make this new layout available for the module and for the entire application, we have to add in this section View Manager a spell. Add your module, here we go. View Manager array template map array. Okay, so let me copy this because I don't have a proper indents here and it looks awful. Let me see if I can have this. Let me paste it directly in the cloud because right now we're working in the cloud, so I have to use it in the cloud. Let me see how it looks. View Manager. So this is template map. This is what we have to add. In this array. And of course here I don't need that. If you don't want to look into the mind map, you always can find this code in the application module. Here in application module, if you go to the config module config, you'll find it. Now we have to give a unique name to our layout, and our convention here is to use the name of our module because we're too many students. That's why we decided to do it this way. So I will name it FMI student, and because we're consistent, I know that I name it the file which I created in the layout FMI student 2. Okay, so far so good. That's all you need to make this layout available for the module and for the entire application. In order to use it, actually you have to change the layout in one of your actions in the controller. Or here, if you put again layout, eventually the layout keyword, this is a key as I said, and the key layout, it's a default. So this layout will replace whatever has been defined here in the module config in the application. Look down. Let me do the same here just to show you in color codes. The things is a little bit easier to see if you have colors. Okay, so this is the default layout. This is what I wanna explain right now. This is the default layout, this keyword layout. But this module is the first module to define here in the application config. Application. If there is any module following the application module, defining again the same keyword layout, the definition of the layout will be replaced with the definition in one of those modules. So FMI student is after application. So if here in the module config I say layout, this definition will replace the definition in the module application. Not gonna show you that right now. This way we can change the look, the layout of the entire application. Right now this is not my goal. My goal is just to show you how to change the layout in one of your actions in the controller. So this is actually the third step. Let's use our layout. Go again to our module, because this is our domain. This is where we are allowed to work. Controller, index controller. And now I'm gonna add one action which I'm gonna call change, probably. I'm already showing here how I have changed the layout, but our convention with other students was to use action called change. So I'm gonna create a change action. In here I'm gonna use my layout which I just created, FMI student. Okay, so other thing to create also is the correlated view script for change action. I have to go to view. Oops, that's not the appropriate module. I'm gonna close this. So FMI student, view FMI student index, and here I have to create a new PHP file, a PHTML file which I'm gonna call change PHTML. And I'm gonna say here, H1. I'm in change PHTML. But you can imagine that here, of course, in the view script you can have a lot of HTML, not just a simple expression like that. And now it's very good, we have created a template, a layout actually, but where is the place for the view scripts? I wanna show you that. So in the layout, this is very important, we come here and we will put a placeholder for the content coming actually from the application, because right now our application will be dressed like that and nothing will come from our application. In order to allow application to talk and say something here, for example, in here we have to put a view, a placeholder there, and this placeholder is, let me find where I want to do that. Welcome to Fox Mocha. Okay, box 1, div box 1. Okay, this div finishes here. So I'm gonna remove all this. Probably I will keep it in my change PHTML, but I'm gonna comment it. Later, when PHP Cloud works, or when I download this application on my machine and just show you, I'll show you that if I remove the comments, the page will look exactly like that. I just wanted to show you that yeah, here you can have a much longer HTML snippet, not only I'm in change PHTML file, to show that we exist. Okay, so let's go back to our FMI student. In here I'm gonna put this snippet, echo this content. So in other words, the content of the application, whatever has been generated, comes here. This is a PHTML file, and I have to change the meme type probably. Mime or whatever is the pronunciation, M-I-M-E. Echo this content. We look at here again. Yeah, actually here I have more things, so I'm gonna look just to make sure that this is the right right comment. Okay, let's look at the application. View, layout, PHP echo this content. Exactly what we have. I just like to double and triple check. I even gonna copy this because I'm sure it works and paste it here in the FMI student to make sure that I didn't make a spell mistake or something. Not only because I'm lazy, but also because I don't want to make errors. As I said, it's not a question of laziness. We have to do that because this way we avoid errors. Okay, so save it, and I think that's it for this tutorial. We will talk about more placeholders and view helpers in Zen Framework 2, and how actually can dynamically generate JavaScript and attach JavaScript files to this file, but not only JavaScript, also the CSS, etc. Okay, thank you for your attention.